Hello people, I'm the Comic Book Gamer, and today I am reviewing Batman v Superman. Well, this is my non-spoiler review, so you don't have to worry about spoilers or anything like that. I'm going to be doing a spoiler review later on. In fact, it may be up right now. I don't know. I'm going to be uploading them around the same time. Anyways, let's get into the review. So let's start out with the positive. So, Batman. Ben Affleck as Batman. He's amazing. He does a great job. I won't say he's my favorite Batman yet. I haven't seen enough of him. But as far as Bruce Wayne goes, I still prefer Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne, but Ben Affleck does do a great job as Bruce Wayne. And yeah, he nails it. He does a great job bringing Batman to life. And as far as how Batman fights, he looks awesome. We get a comic book Batman in terms of how he fights now. A lot of other ways we don't get a comic book Batman, but in terms of how he looks when he's fighting, it looks like the comic books, because we haven't really gotten that. Keaton Batman fought really stiff, and then you had those other Batmans we won't mention, and then Dark Knight Batman wasn't exactly a master fight or anything, and this Batman, he moves quickly, he hits hard, he looks awesome, and Batman is just one of the biggest positives about this movie. I also really love pretty much everything going on with the Daily Planet. I loved Clark Kent. I loved seeing him sort of trying to fight for what was right as Clark Kent. He wasn't a complete goofball or anything like Christopher Reeve, Clark Kent. In this, he actually, like, he believes in something and he's trying to fight for it. He's like, this Bat Vigilante, he's not good. And I love Perry White. Lawrence Fishburne did a great job. He wasn't in a whole lot, but when he was, he was great. He was one of those side characters that you just love to see, and he just did a really good job. The fights look pretty cool. To me, they're not really Man of Steel level, though. Like, Batman's fights are awesome, but the fights between Batman and Superman and the fight between the Trinity and Doomsday wasn't that great. It was kind of just like trying to throw stuff in your face, like, here's explosions and them being punched through buildings. It looks really cool. To where, like, yes, in Man of Steel they had them being punched through buildings and stuff, but to me it was better. It was done a lot better in that movie. But in this, it's just kind of just thrown there to be like, hey, here's a distraction, and it's not too great. Batman's fight scene's awesome. That fight scene that you see in the trailer, it's a lot longer in the movie. Amazing. The flashbacks that we got, like the nightmare sequence, Batman fighting that, so cool. But the Batman Superman fight, it's cool, but it's not that great because it's really short. Like, I'm not gonna give my opinion on like the whole fight because it might spoil something for you guys. Because as you know, I'm a huge Superman fan, so if I'm like, I absolutely love that fight, it's so awesome, that means like you guys might think, oh, Superman won. But if I'm like, oh, that fight absolutely sucked, you guys would probably think, hey, Batman won. So I'm not gonna give my opinion on that, but I will say it's disappointing with how short it is, because it is a really short fight for the movie being called Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Like, Batman v Superman, that's what we really paid for. That's what we really wanted to see. And the fight's really short. There's not a whole lot more than you see in the trailers that's in the movie in terms of the Batman v Superman fight. And so yeah, that was a little disappointing. But the Doomsday fight is it's okay. It's kind of just like smash buildings, explosions, like nothing to it too much. It was kind of disappointing, but it's an okay fight. It looks kind of pretty though, but nothing more I can really say about that fight. The movie as a whole feels like there's way too much going on, especially for only 2.5 hour time span. Now, that is long for most movies, but not for this movie. It did feel like it dragged to me to get to that 2.5 hour mark, but at the same time, there's so much going on and needed more time to explain all of it, because there was just so much, and it gets so much done in such a little time. It's like, what? This is like kind of breakneck speeds, especially the editing. It'll just like cut from one thing to another and be like, oh yeah, we're back on this storyline. Okay, we're back here. Now we're back here. It's like, what is going on? And it felt sort of Iron Man 2-ish, how Iron Man 2, there was just so much stuff going on. It was sort of like a 2-hour trailer for Avengers because they were trying to shove everything in there. That's what this sort of felt like, and I didn't really care for that. Now, the character of Lex Luthor is someone that I had been very critical of before, because I didn't think Jesse Eisenberg would do a good job. And for me, I was right. I did not like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. He plays Mark Zuckerberg. He plays a more zany Mark Zuckerberg in this. That's basically it. He plays Jesse Eisenberg. You've seen him play it 1,000 times before. He plays it again in this. And he's not good. And Lex Luthor as a character isn't too great. Like, they tried to be like, oh, he's all villainous doing this and this. And it's like, what? No. He's a pretty bad villain, which is surprising because I loved Zod in Man of Steel, so it's like, yeah, we got an awesome villain. Then in this, not so much. Lex Luthor really fell flat for me. Now, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, she's not in it a whole lot. When she is, she's okay. Like that ballroom scene the party scene that you see in the trailer where she's like, you haven't known any women like me. That scene is her best scene in the entire movie for me because that was the best acting Gal Gadot did. After that, she has some really wooden deliveries. Like it reminded me of Padme in the Star Wars prequels. The way she delivers some lines is like ooh, which is what I was worried about partially about when they casted Gal Gadot. I mean Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong earlier. I'm just used to saying Gadot. Anyways, she's not that great of an actress. She wasn't too great in Triple Nine. She wasn't real great in Fast and Furious. She's not that great of an actress. I was worried about the fact that she doesn't really look like Wonder Woman to me, and the fact that she's not really that great of an actress. Because you want a top-notch actress to bring Wonder Woman to the big screen for the first time, but instead they casted a nobody that's not really great. Maybe she'll be way better by the time it gets to her movie. I'm really hoping so. I want her to be good, but in this movie she wasn't too great. But again, she didn't ruin anything. She didn't really take anything away. She was just kind of man, whatever. I don't really care. Seeing her fight was kind of cool, but as far as Gal Gadot playing her, it was just kind of meh. I didn't really care for her. So yeah, overall, I didn't really care for Batman v Superman. I didn't really like it. I know there will be tons of people in the comments being like, oh, he just hates everything. It's not really true. I'm not a DC hater or a WB hater or Zack Snyder hater. I love Watchmen. I love 300. Man of Steel is my favorite superhero movie of all time. Superman is my favorite superhero of all time. And movies that came out this year, there are some that I really like. I love Deadpool. I love Daredevil Season 2. Just this I don't like. It's not my cup of tea. It's not great. It's not even good for which is very disappointing because I loved Man of Steel so much. I thought, yes, I can't wait. Batman Superman on the screen for the first time. It's gonna be amazing. It's done by Zack Snyder. He killed it with Man of Steel, and then this, he literally killed it. Not in a good way. It was really, really bad for me. I'm going to give it now. Just hold back all your fanboy rage. Everyone has seen the movie and just like, what? How could you do this? This is my opinion. This is my opinion. I give it a 4 out of 10, and that's being generous for me. I don't really care for it. I can't go into why I really don't like it in this video. I'll go into it in my spoilers video. So if you want to really know why I don't like this movie, watch my spoiler review. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments below what did you think of the movie without spoiling it in this video, or you could just leave spoiler comments on my spoiler video. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.